What advice would you give to young musicians hoping to achieve an audience in the future?
Well, that's a really difficult question to answer. I mean, my advice to young musicians always is quite simply, do it because you love it. Don't even think about... It's a really hard thing to say to someone, but I think it's the best advice I can give to anyone is don't even think about having a career in music. If it happens, amazing. Go with it and embrace it. But do it because you love it. There's an issue that I think sometimes in order to have a career as a musician, this element of compromise begins to creep in. You know, what does the industry need from me in order that I can have a career in the music industry? And of course, very often that becomes the death of creativity. And we're in an industry now, music industry. There's more music being made than at any other time in history. Mm-hmm. There's too much music. I think most people would agree with me, there is too much music in the world. And in a way, that's a nice thing, but that kind of reflects the fact that it's very easy now. If you've got a computer, you can go and buy a piece of software for $200 or whatever, and you can make music to a pretty high standard. And of course, everyone thinks their music is fantastic, because that's in the nature of the person that creates it. They think what they're doing is fantastic. But so much music now is just generic. And as there's already too much of that generic music in the world, it's like just throwing more noise out into the world. So my point would be, don't think about what you think people want from you. Find what is unique about your musical personality. And even if everyone else tells you it's not commercial, it's not viable, you're never going to make a career doing this quirky thing, I say go with it, because that ultimately is the thing that's going to make you stand out and give you the possibility of having a career. But I do think that it's harder than ever to have a career as a professional musician. So my advice is always do it because you love it. Don't think about the potential of an audience. And in a way that reflects my career, because it was only when I started being incredibly selfish about the music I made and not caring if anyone liked it, that the ironic thing started to happen, that after years of trying to find an audience and failing, the more selfish I was, suddenly people started to connect with it. And I think that was a really important lesson for me to learn. And of course, I'm really happy that that's the way my career turned out.
Absolutely. Wise words.